And this is where sort of messages or things that my dad would say started to crystallize, where I'm like, okay, maybe I'm saying stuff, making certain jokes or references. My body is moving in a certain way that's communicating flamboyance and thus communicating gay, less masculine, less manly. And so then I remember from that point forward, there were some very conscious efforts to, as I like to say, butch it up a bit to come off more masculine. And so that for me was a huge lesson that I received through my youth in very specific moments about what manhood or masculinity was. I'm wondering if any of that like resonates with y'all or sticks out to you.
Yeah. So I can definitely relate. I did have like physical mannerisms that like that were like a little feminine. Like I remember, and it was also because of my brother and me. It was an episode. I don't remember what episode it was. But Alfie, the big brother, like he came in the living room and his lips, I mean his wrists were just like limp or whatever. So I'm thinking that shit's cool. So I was just comfortable there. Like, but people would be like, "Stop doing that." I'm like, I guess, but that goes into like whatever I learned about masculinity or manhood. It was really surface level. It was really like, don't look this way. You know what I mean? It was never anything regarding like feelings or thinking. Fuck intelligence. Fuck logic. Like fuck having to cook for myself. Like all of that stuff. Like it was just really like look a certain way, present a certain way, and just that. And that didn't make sense to me because it's more than just like I have thoughts and I have feelings, and all of these things play a role in how I'm able to present. So it gets to a point where it's like you putting up this facade or you're trying to present a certain way, and mentally and emotionally, that's just not healthy for you. And this is like I'm trying to live up to certain things that I'm not aligned with or that aren't in alignment with who I am. So then it's just like, if I'm not in alignment with those things, then what am I? Outside of that, what about how I treat people? Like, where's the code on how I treat people in the handbook of manhood or masculinity? You know what I mean? Like, how do I treat you? Like, what is kindness? What the fuck does kindness look like? Does forgiveness exist in this world? Like, what does that look like? Do I just punch niggas in the face and get it over with, or do we have a conversation?
Yeah, definitely being able to defend myself and like not let somebody chump me was also a part of the message of
Yes.
manhood and masculinity that I got growing up. But like I was just not
As a
controversial,
person.
argumentative, assertive, aggressive, fighting type of person. Like I was such a pacifist, but more like repressed. So I think I just accepted that like, oh, that iteration of masculinity, fighting and being like tough and physical and aggressive is like, oh, that's for less intelligent masculine people. I think was the first sort of distinction I made for myself because it's like, I'm just not that dude.
Yeah. And then as far as like the dating thing goes, like for me, when it came to girls, I didn't necessarily need or want them to like me. I just had to fool myself enough to make me think I liked them back. So I never had that issue where